In South Korea, there is a group of women who specialize in going into the ocean to collect seafood with their bare bodies and no machinery. Called Haenyeo, they live on the coast or on islands, where they harvest a variety of seafood to support their families. They live on Jeju Island, South Korea's largest island, and in the east and south seas of the country. They are especially common on Jeju Island, and many Haenyeo who live elsewhere were originally from Jeju Island. So when Koreans hear the word Haenyeo, they most often think of Jeju Island. The history of Haenyeo is very old. In the 6th century, there is a record of pearls being among the tributes paid to the king on Jeju Island, so we can assume that Haenyeo or Haenyeo-like occupations existed even then. The first detailed record of Haenyeo is in a book called Jeju's Climate Record, written about 400 years ago. This book details everything about Jeju Island, including its nature, culture, customs, and more, and includes a detailed section on Haenyeo. There are also references to Haenyeo in many other old books, including books that document the lives of kings. That's why in Korea, Haenyeo is considered to be Korea's first working mother. The most characteristic feature of a Haenyeo is that they enter the ocean barefoot. Without a breathing apparatus, a Haenyeo dives at least 16 feet and up to about 50 feet deep with her bare body, and then spends about 2 minutes collecting a variety of seafood. They do this for more than 7 hours a day. They start doing this work at the age of 15, and often continue to do it well into their 70s and 80s. They are always under the threat of decompression sickness, tinnitus, and hypothermia, and one mistake can cost them their lives. There are also many accounts of kings or nobles stopping eating seafood after learning of the plight of Haenyeo. The money they earned from these risky endeavors not only fed their families, but also funded various community projects. For example, all the profits from a place called School Badong were used to build a primary school for children. They are the experts of the ocean ecosystem. Through knowledge inherited from their ancestors and tons of experience, they know everything about the ocean they dive in. This includes the topography of the ocean, the flow of currents over time, as well as the habitats, growth processes, and spawning seasons of marine life. Based on this knowledge, they harvest seafood while thinking about how they can coexist with nature without harming it. This knowledge is also crucial for their own safe seafood harvesting. Their knowledge, built up over hundreds of years, is so accurate that it helps harnessers harvest seafood as safely as possible. Even when the weather is bad, they listen to their elders, who have more experience than the official weather forecast, to decide whether or not to harvest seafood. This knowledge is then passed on to the next generation of Haenyeo. They have a unique culture all their own. The song they sing while rowing, Song of Haenyeo, is a song that reflects their lives and woes, and is now beloved by many Jeju Islanders. There are also about 100 different Haenyeo communities, and the Haenyeo are bound by the rules and laws of each community. Each community has set the boundaries of their fishing grounds, who can harvest seafood, how and for how long, and strictly adheres to the rules. This is for the protection and coexistence of the marine ecosystem and the coexistence of the communities. Haenyeo are ecologists who have passed down for generations a way of coexisting with nature, protecting and nurturing it rather than treating it as a mere object to be harvested. They are also maritime experts who have accumulated maritime knowledge and material skills by adapting to the maritime ecosystem and learning the sea terrain, and they are an example of gender equality, having played a leading role in society and the household economy alongside men.